Greetings, sports cards fans. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's PSA Reveal time. We've got two big old stacks here that represent half of a 147 card order that I got back today. Today is Tuesday the 8th of March, and I'll post this on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, hopefully, I'll post the other half of this lot. So this was submitted, I think, like early February of 2021, and it was logged in like early April. I think like April 1. So depending on when you start counting, it took a year or so to get to me. I've looked through the list. I always try to like keep as much of a surprise as to what's in here as I can, but I did look at the list of cards in here, and it seems to be like about half like just basketball randomness. What I did is I looked through like basically all my basketball cards, and pretty much any rookie or any like halfway decent player who I had a parallel of, numbered or not, I sent in if I thought it was a candidate for a 10. Baseball, there's a lot of like first Bowmans. I went through all my first Bowmans. I bought like cases of 2018 Bowman draft, 2019 Bowman, not sure what else, but lots of Bowman I've ordered, and opened. So I went through and pulled out basically the first Bowmans I thought were going to be 10s and submitted them if it was anybody halfway decent. So, long story short is there's a lot of low dollar stuff in here, but at $15 a card, anything's, worth sending in almost. Alright, starting things off. Triple J, Jaren Jackson Jr., who's lighting things up with Ja Morant this year in Memphis. Though there's significantly less excitement about him in the hobby this year than in previous years. So in any event, I had a fair amount of Chronicle stuff that went in this order. A lot of 2018 stuff, like Ja and Trey, Luca and Trey, and a little bit of 2019 stuff, I believe, as well. But this is one of the 2018s. There's videos of me opening 2018 Chronicles fat packs looking for Luca stuff. And the challenge with those packs is they're pretty easy to get banged up. Or for the cards to get banged up inside, so. This one survived. Got a PSA 10. I have no idea what kind of gem rate I'm going to get on this order. Could be very high, could be very low, could be somewhere in between. Alright, well, this is a nice one. Trae Young Revolution base. PSA 10. Very cool. Not sure when I pulled this. It might have been from a box of Revolution New Year. Actually, I think in this order there might be my New Year Revolution, my Revolution New Year parallel of Luca Doncic, which I'm really hoping we'll get a 10, but this is a nice Trae Young base rookie. 10, so we're 100% batting 100 so far. I've not looked at these cards yet, so I'm seeing everything for the first time with you guys. I've not looked at the grades either. So I can see I sent in pretty much like geez, sorry guys. I pretty much sent in all my Trae rookie cards. Probably not being super discerning about them. because for a while their tray was like really hot, and you know, even at PSA 9 it made a ton of sense to get stuff graded. Same with Luca. Nowadays that calculus might be a little bit different, at least for Trey, maybe not for Luca. But here's a Hoops PSA 9. And here's another exact same card, exact same grade. Kind of a bummer. I do kind of want to look some of these up as I go. If I guess on prices and I get them like way wrong, I'll probably edit the video to put more accurate pricing in. But some of these I kind of want to look as I go, just because I'm dying to know. Wow, this is really weird. Why is this? Okay. So it's for Trae Young Hoops PSA 9 2018, and like there's not a single card. It's like all a bunch of other 2018 Trae Youngs. All right, there one comes up. Last. God, sorry guys. Last one of these cards that sold was March 7th, which was yesterday, for $21 plus $4 shipping. So those are pretty much slightly above the cost of grading. Probably should not have been sent in, but oh well. Boy, we're getting just owned on trays. I bet this is probably worth like $15, just because Chronicle stuff is generally pretty much the lowest end, you know, base Chronicle stuff. It's very common. So unfortunate there, but let's hope they're just taking out all their PSA 9s on tray. Boy, they really are. Look at this. This one I can see the corners are kind of rough. I think I just sent these in because I was like, I'm going to send in all my tray rookies. Yeah, so I guess I was not very discerning with regard to trays. And also not with Luca, so I'm expecting a lot of 9. Oh, dang it, here's the card I was talking about. The Chinese New Year, Luca, so I gotta say this. I don't know, I don't want to judge this order yet, because it might just be these Lucas and trays that are getting rocked here, but this is a bummer. In a 10, this is a really nice card. This is not a numbered card. These, New Year, I can't remember how common these New Years are, if they're one per box or like multiple per box, but they're not like, you know, super common. It's not like one per pack or something, like, you know, I don't know, pink parallels out of Chronicles. So this is a card that can be pretty nice if it's a 10, but as a 9 it's not really worth that much. I'll look it up real quick. I bet it's probably down to like $75. Let's see. Okay, last sold January 24th, $110. Interestingly, on January 2nd, the same card, PSA 9 Chinese New Year, sold for $230. So dropped, and that was just about a month, like less than, it was like 3 weeks before. So it basically went down 50% in 3 weeks. Yeah. A gem of that card, Chinese New Year Luca, sold March 1st for $300, so it's worth probably 3 times. Alright, well finally we get a PSA 10. It's funny because this looks pretty off-center to me, left to right. You see that? But I don't know, they were trying to throw me a bone, I guess. this is just the base Chronicles, so that's probably worth 50 bucks, 40 bucks, I don't know. And here is a parallel of that card, bronze, which is a very common retail parallel for Chronicles. So, not a ton of value there, but it would have been nice. This is really off-center, left to right. Would have been nice to have this in a 10, any parallel. As a 10 of a major rookie like that is going to be nice. Nice to have. This is one I guarantee it was going to be a 9. I can't remember what was wrong with it, but there was some kind of surface issue, I recall. But I was like, yeah, I think I can kind of see it right there. Just a little scratch that basically came out of the pack that way. So to get a 9 is actually a victory for this. You have an obvious blemish on a card. 9 is pretty much your ceiling. At least that's my general theory. But it's a chromium rookie of Luca, so I'm down. Alright, now we're getting into the kind of weird sort of stuff. Anthony Simons is, a decent player, but as a 9, this is pretty worthless, I think. This is a parallel that's very, very common. I'm not sure what kind of products this comes. I think it might just be a hobby, but it's a relatively common parallel. The tricolor Prism 2018 Select. But I thought, take a shot. I can see the centering's a little off, left to right. Maybe that's the deal killer, but that's the kind of card where if I thought it was going to be a 9, if any sort of thought it was going to be a 9, I probably would not have sent it in. Alright, well here's another Chronicles product. Base score. PSA 10. Very nice, so, I meant to, I'm gonna divide into stacks of 9 and 10 so we can keep track. Right now we're getting murdered. But again, I think it's kind of specific to the fact that the Lucas and the trays I submitted generally were pretty low quality compared to the rest of the stuff that I submitted, so hopefully we'll make up ground. Alright, well here is a card that basically goes straight in the garbage bin. I think I already have a bunch of these too. Walker Buehler is a heck of a pitcher, I gotta say. He's done really well in the postseason for the Dodgers. But this card is just so common. It's a 2018 Topps Series 1 flagship. So there's roughly 8 trillion of these cards, and as a 9, this is worth well under the price of grading. I would say this is a $4 card right now. And unfortunately, I see there's more of them coming. Lots more. So, here we go. There's, another 9. I thought that was a 10. So these go into the garbage. If you're a Dodgers fan, hit me up. Those are kind of freebie material. Another 9. So, geez, this is looking real bad. There's a 10. I mean, even the 10s are probably worth $15 at this point, so I'll just get my money back, not including, eBay fees. Okay, so we did get slightly more 10s than 9s, but every one of these 9s is a loss of money, so kind of a problem. We're catching up. 10s to 9s there, 9s still ahead. Alright. God dang, here's another. I can see the problem there. Yeah, I mean, this is another I knew this was not going to be a 10. Again, Trae Young exception, Luca Doncic exception, but those are really the only exceptions. This would have been nice because it was a bronze. So here, finally, I think, is our first PSA 10 Luca, and it's a Panini. So very, very low end, but you know, there was a time, namely when I sent these in, when any PSA 10 Luca rookie card was $100, easy money. Now I'm guessing these go for 45, 55 bucks, something like that. You know, luckily he's had a really good season and he's gaining steam, so, you know, there's some hope of his stuff getting back to where you'd hope as a Luca collector. This is kind of a bummer because this is a really pretty card. And I thought really well centered, but PSA thought otherwise. So, PSA 9 it is for the studio. I will say it's probably a win that I haven't gotten any 8s out of these Lucas or Trays, because that can definitely happen too. Another 9, Luca. Score. And I see right next to it, I have its companion there, coming in at 10. So 50-50 on those, not bad. It is nice to have a bunch more graded Luca rookies. I'm always a fan of having more Luca. Alright, more Luca indeed. Here we go. Another 9. Base Paper Chronicles set. Playoff. Yeah, boy, I'm anxious to get out of the Tray and Luca section of this because it's really coming down hard. Again, you know, when I submitted these, it was $15 to submit. Any Luca rookie PSA 10 was $100. Maybe it was $90 for like something like this, $95, but you know, it was easy money, and so, and even the PSA 9s were like probably $50. Now it's probably like the PSA 10s are $60 or $70, and the 9s are like $20 or $30. So I guess it's still a win, right? Just not quite the win it once was, but that's life, right? Right behind it, we got a perfect score on the Chronicles, number 71, Luca. So that's nice. Here's kind of a fun one. Would have been a lot funner as a PSA 10, but Devin Booker having a heck of a season this year. And this is a red prism, regular red prism, so it's numbered to 199. Really a pretty looking card, actually. I like red prisms in pretty much everything. Usually in Topps products, red parallels are generally very low numbered, like to 5 or 10. So I think there's a certain cachet for the red. But unfortunately, this only got a 9, but still, a numbered Booker, you know, parallel, colored parallel is a pretty nice card to have given his performance this year. So I'm pretty happy to have that back. Devontae Graham, I think, has put up some numbers recently. I see his cards in the Sports Card Investor kind of hot list. You know, the front page, they have like the fastest moving cards, and sometimes that means a card was like $1 yesterday and then it sold for $4, and they count that as a 400% increase, and it shows up in that list even though it's kind of a fluke. I'm gonna look this one up though. Let's see what I see. I don't see good things, guys. I don't see good things at all. I think he probably had like, you know, one good game. And somebody decided to buy one of his cards for more than it was worth. And here we are. Yeah, I see. Wow. The blue parallel of this, which is a very... People love blue parallels in basketball, is sold for $46. So this card's worth less than the cost of grading. Even though it's a PSA 10. It's worth, yeah, yep. Sold yesterday for $9.50, so I lost money on this card. So there's two ways to lose money. Grading PSA, it's getting a poor grade, you know, and having that kill the value of the card, and then it's submitting a card you never should have submitted because it's garbage, and that's what this is. Oh, that's a bummer. I'm gonna make a separate pile. I was gonna make a separate pile for PSA 10s that basically were underwater, but this card, oh my god. If I didn't want to make a big noise, I would throw this right in the garbage next to me. But it's kind of empty, so it would make a lot of noise. This guy, Svi. God, what did I saw his name come up like the other day. I can't remember why, but you know, again, it's a rookie card and it's a parallel, and I thought it was, you know, in good condition, so that's why I went in. Got a PSA 10 that's pretty much worthless, but what are you gonna do? You know, same with most of these. Jerome Robinson, Silver Prism. It's like, what am I doing with my life? Yeah, so this might be the crappiest reveal ever because there's just so much like trash in here. Anthony Simon's base. Boring, boring, boring. Yeah, Jacob. I mean, is this guy even in the NBA? Let's look it up. If he is, I apologize, but he is not in the NBA. Last played with the Timberwolves, it looks like, for 2 games in 2019. Yeah, he's in the G League for the Warriors. So, as they say in Arrested Development, I've made a terrible mistake. Oh man, so these kind of nobodies are let's take a look at our 10 versus 9 count. So it's actually dead even right now. God, sorry for my voice, guys. It's dead even right now. Alright, here's another kind of numbered parallel. I thought, what the heck? Mikal Bridges. Yeah, not much value there. It's hard to predict what's going to be going on in a year's time. Sometimes, you know, a nobody comes out of nowhere, like who's that guy, Taylor Horton Tucker, was like hot for, you know, a good 2 months at the beginning of last season, and his stuff was like way up, and if you had PSA 10s of his stuff, you were sitting very nice. This is actually kind of shocking, no pun intended. It's a shock prism, which is these are very hard to grade because they have like print lines in the vast majority. In the vast majority of these, I have a couple of Lucas like this, and they're PSA 9s. So the print lines pretty much kill these things like the majority of the time. So to get a 10 is quite rare, but now I gotta look up Anthony Simon, see what I feel like. I've heard like it is. He had a decent game or 2 recently. Wait a minute. Did he have 38 points on March 5th? Is that for real? Oh man, why do you suck, Google? I don't know, it says he had 30 points in a game against the Timberwolves in 40 minutes of play. So he's averaging 17.3 points per game. So he is still with the Blazers. And yeah, it looks like he's some nice offensive games. Yeah, look at that. February 16th, he had 31 against the Grizzlies. February 14th, he had 31 against the Bucks. February 12th, he had 30 against the Knicks. February 9th, he had 29 against the Lakers. I think I probably saw his name come up in some highlights during that time frame, and that's what I remember seeing him. So anyways, two fairly decent low-end parallels. His 10s right there. Jerome Robinson. I hope that's the end of the Jerome Robinsons. Well, the good news is the 10s have overtaken the 9s, but unfortunately all the 9s are like Lucas and Trey's, and all the 10s are Jerome Robinson and Svi Makalayak. So this one I'm super disappointed. I pulled this in the one box of Phoenix football that I opened on the channel. I was pretty excited about it. It's like the first decent Justin Herbert card I have pulled. It's numbered to 50. It's a gold parallel. Bronze parallel, rather. I thought it looked really sharp. I'm not quite sure what they found with this. But only a 9. As a 10, this I think would have been a pretty valuable card. But as a 9, I think it's not really all that special. So that is a bummer, and that's actually the only, I think, football card in this whole freaking submission of 147 cards. So not doing the best with football. Alright, here's a very, very low-end card. RJ Barrett, Hoops Tribute. So this is a subset in Hoops, and these are pretty kind of low-value base, a regular base rookie card of, a decent player like RJ Barrett would be not bad to have as a 10. It would probably certainly be worth the $15 grading. This one, nah, I don't know. I don't know if that goes for more than 15 bucks. Alright. Austin Wells. Well, I got a bad feeling my alright, just a sec. I got a bad feeling that my bad luck with Bowman baseball cards is about to continue. Austin Wells is one of the better catching prospects for the Yankees right now, but not getting too much attention. This is a blue parallel out of the first edition Bowman draft product. So it's a paper foil card, numbered to 150 as a 9. Nah, not too interesting. As a 10, definitely. Oh, bad feeling, guys. Bad feeling about Bowman cards. Gosh, I don't know why they're going nuts. I mean, this stuff is not... I don't get it. I don't get what they're seeing in these Bowmans. I know I got some real grading experts that watch the channel, so you guys tell me. Am I doing something wrong with like every frickin' Bowman card I submit? Jeez. I'm guessing they go a little bit easier on like just the regular Bowman chromes. But I don't know anything color, man. They just annihilate me every time. Bummer. And here we go, more of the same. Unbelievable. I just can't believe it. I mean, these cards are perfectly centered. There was nothing wrong with these cards. I just have no idea what they're seeing. I remember like being shocked at how good the quality control. The quality control out of this product was when I got it, because like every other Bowman product is such a difficult thing to pull, like cards that don't have. I guess now that I look at top to bottom, centering is off a little bit, but left to right looks really nice. That's a bummer. This is a pretty low numbered one. Max Myers, he was the top pitcher out of the draft. Yeah, I think he was 3rd overall. And particularly interested in him because he was at the University of Minnesota where I went to college. And he's a Minnesota local, so it'd be fun to have a nice card of him, but alas, all I have is a PSA 9. Miles Bridges is having a heck of a year. Boy, all his cards were super hot earlier this year, and he's done pretty well. continuing into the year. His cards are not as hot, but you know, this is just a base, so it's not the best card to have, but it's PSA 10, so count that as a win. Shea Gilgeous. Again, you know, this is kind of like goes into the rookie of a decent player who, I don't know, the hobby is kind of forgotten about, I think, a little bit. Unfortunately, as a 9, this very high pop card is not going to be at all valuable, so that's probably a loss on the grading fees. DeAndre Ayton, boy, I don't hear anything about DeAndre Ayton. What's he up to? I mean, the Suns are just unbelievable this year, and I'm pretty sure he's not been injured. So it's just almost like he's got so many. Yeah, so he's playing last 3 games. He's had 30 points against the Bucks on March 6th, 8 points against the Knicks on the 4th, and 18 points against the Trailblazers on March 2nd. So, you know, he's averaging 16.6. Probably having a little bit of a down year. I don't know. Hard to believe he would be if the Suns are doing as well as they are. But maybe just not a lot of, you know, interest in him as a big guy. Compared to like Booker and some of the other guys. Alright, well, more DeAndre. Another very low-end card. Gemmed out. Not bad there. So, I see coming up we have our first Womp 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 PSA 8. Yuck, 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 yuck. So, I guess you should be grateful it's on a very low-end card and not a, you know, higher-end card that would make hundreds of dollars of difference. This is like the difference between a $10 card and a $5 card, I guess. So, we only really lost $5 in value by this being an 8 instead of a 9. Put that in a separate pile. Okay, Michael Porter Jr., another one of those kind of guys that's you know, had a lot of hype in the past, but nowadays not so much hobby enthusiasm for him. But when I sent these in, there certainly was. So yeah, you know, one of those things. Waiting a year. Gonna have some economic effects. So PSA 10 there. Wow, another 8. They really didn't like Shea. Whoever graded this stretch of cards. I kind of can't believe that, but better the Sheas than the Lucas getting the 8s, you know. But here is a 10 finally, and it's actually much nicer card than either of those other Chronicles cards. This is a Chromium Crusade. These are really tough to grade, I find, just because I feel like a lot of the times I pull these out of the pack and they have scratches because there's so much chrome, and chrome scratches really easily. So yeah, what are you gonna do? Nice card. Likey. The Triple J. Oh, we finally got a PSA 10 on a Chronicles parallel, so that's fun. This is a bronze. Studio. I really like the way these studios look. Really beautiful cards. This is the same card we started with, but this is the bronze version of it. Unfortunately, a 9 for Mr. JJJ. So, yeah. I feel like the half of this order that's basketball has come up in this video, and the other half is going to mostly be baseball, I think, anyways. So Trae Young base, PSA 9. What are you gonna do? Not the best. Not the best. Trae Young bronze. Number to 9. Some more trays, I guess, coming up here. Not sure how the order of these things is determined because I feel like I split them up, or PSA did. So this is a nice one, Triple J, bronze parallel, Panini, Chronicles subset. Very nice. PSA 10. So just to know, so let's see. So this is how many cards we have left. I think that's about 25 or so. And then this is the 10s on the left, the 9s on the right, and the 2 8s. So I think if I put those 2 8s in the 9 pile, it's basically a dead heat between the PSA 10s and everything else. Hoping we can pull ahead. Alright, so Jaden Sancho. I don't know what this guy's up to these days. I feel like I saw him in the news for bad reasons. Like, not like in the last month. I feel like he did something that was stupid. You soccer fans will have to tell me. Once upon a time, this would have been a really nice card. I think like these were selling for $30, ungraded. So a PSA 10 would have been a really nice card to have. I don't know where he's at now, but I'm sure you guys who are soccer fans will tell me, and I'm glad I got a 10 on it. So say that. All right. Well, this card. What can you say about Zion that hasn't been said? Yeah. I thought I saw that there was a report that he was like working out. Like he had some surgery on his foot, and I mean that everybody knows about, but like you know, it healed sufficiently where he could at least start to do some kind of, you know, weight-bearing exercises. Probably not full weight-bearing or shooting or something like that, but you know, just starting the process. So that would be good if true, but this is a card that really has to be a 10 to have any value. It's a low-value subset in 2019 Donruss rookie year for him. But yeah, just so many Zion cards created. There's not a lot of value for a 9 of something like that. Kevin Knox. So there was like a time where God, I'm really sorry about my voice. I don't know what's going on. There was a time where Kevin Knox, I feel like, was like doing really well in like the pre-season for some team. I don't think it was the Knicks. Looks like he's on the Hawks. Oh, but he is playing. Oh, he's not playing. Last 3 games, he's played 0 minutes. He's averaging 1.9 points a game. Yikes. So, yeah, he's pretty much on his way to the G League. But yeah, at one point he was like a pretty good young talent coming into the, you know, NBA out of college. And I had a bunch of cards of him, so I sent the nicer ones in. I actually have some, you know, decent parallels. Look at these, all got 10s. Of course they got 10s because it's Kevin Knox. Okay, I thought that was going to be another. So hopefully I only sent in 10 or 2 of the Kevin Knox cards, because I don't know if I can handle any more nonsense. So this is actually a really nice card. Unfortunately, purple is a very common parallel. It's like a I think it's a parallel that's a retail parallel. So very common, but Joel Embiid is having one heck of a season. Philadelphia playing some really good ball right now with Embiid and James Harden packing quite a 1-2 punch there. So he's definitely in the top, I don't know, 6 or 7 discussion for MVP, and probably even higher than that. Probably top 3, 4. So it's nice to have a solid card of his, just a base, but it's just a regular card. It's not rookie or anything, but it is a parallel, and it's graded 10, so probably a $30, $40 card, I'd say, at least. Alright, Matisse Thibault, I think, is doing pretty well this year. So this is a green retail parallel. Got a PSA 10, so pretty nice pull right there. Sekou, where are you now, my brother? Yeah, okay, so there was a minute when Sekou didn't buy stuff, was pretty hot, but that minute has passed. And now PSA 10 is not going to get me anywhere. Neither is PSA 10 of this guy, Taylor Horn Tucker. So, two victims of PSA slow grading right there. So this one, kind of like the modern day Trey or Luca situation. I think, if you had some of these, or if you have some of these now and grading is $15, you're gonna send them in no matter what, because a PSA 9 is gonna do a little better than raw, and a PSA 10 is gonna be fairly valuable. I bet PSA 10s at this card are about $100 plus, maybe 110, 115. But a PSA 9 is probably a $40 card, I would bet. But he's doing terrific this year, especially. As longer the season goes, the better he gets, it seems. So always happy to have another graded rookie card of Ja. Speaking of which, another PSA 9. So not a 10, but any graded rookie card of Ja at this point is worth having for sure. And I've got tons of really nice stuff of him, so I don't get too worked out of shape. Wow, this is nice. So yeah, just a base rookie card, but PSA 10 on this one. Probably the most valuable of the last three Jaws that I just showed is this one, and I got the highest grade, so that's actually a win. I think these are going for about $100 right now. 120 maybe. Kind of changes rapidly because this stuff is on the move, but that's pretty cool. That's a pretty big win right there. As you can see, the theme of this PSA reveal so far certainly is pretty low end stuff, low to like slightly mid end. Wendell Carter Jr. Why did I send this in? I have no idea. I think he was getting a little hobby attention back in February of 2021. So hopefully there's not many more Wendell Carter Jr.'s, especially not hoops. If this was like a prism, card, maybe I could see that, but oofda, I don't know what I was thinking. I mean, I guess what I was thinking for a lot of these was like that was like February 2021 was really the hot point of the market, and like almost any rookie in the NBA, who was doing halfway decent for like a quarter of a basketball game was like shooting up in value. And if you had a PSA graded card, then you were really rocking and rolling, because not many people had graded, a lot of these crappier guys. So if you were lucky enough to have a PSA card like of Taylor Horn Tucker, you would have been in business. I did not, so I got my Taylor Horn Tuckers and I sent them in for grading, only to come back a year later when he's just kind of an afterthought of everybody. PSA 9 base revolution is not going to help anybody. Alright, well, there's another 10 Triple J Hoop Space rookie. Okay, I'm gonna look up Triple J's card here just because I'm really curious to know like if his stuff has any value at this point, like the crappier stuff like this. God, it's kind of amazing to me that I search for 2018 Hoops Jaren Jackson PSA 10, and the first card I get is a frickin' Panini red, white, blue. Second card is a select Concourse white. I guess what it's telling me is This card is absolutely worthless. There's not even a single sale of it. Like the optic base of his, which is a higher end card than this, in a PSA 10 sold for $14.50, $14. So basically his stuff has completely dropped off the planet in value, and this is probably well, you know, I say this, and then, I don't know, I see a March 7th sale of this card for $24.99, but why didn't that come up first in the search? This is so stupid. Oh man, PSA's got to get their search together. What is up? Yeah, so I mean, like, maybe I get my grading cost back, but honestly, this first half of the reveal, I honestly don't know if it was worth, like, if I could just get my money back for grading these cards at 15. I don't think I made. I think I would be served. I will well served by just not getting any of these graded and getting my money back. Now we did get some Lucas and some trays that have a little bit of value, but there's so many bad cards in this submission that at $15, they might take over the value of the good cards, so that's not a good situation to be in. Kobe White, no idea what this guy doing this year. Bulls have been on a little bit of a hot streak, but I don't think he's been like part of that. Let's see what he's up to. So he is playing, he's averaging 13.7 points. That's not going to cut it. No, sir. No, sirree. So, just kind of having an off year, I guess. Oh man, this is getting kind of depressing, you guys. Oh, fuck. Garbage. Garbage. I hate to be in such a bad mood for you guys, especially after that great PSA news I got yesterday, but good lord, this is really, okay, well the good news is the last three cards are all 10s, okay, so it's a question of what they are. And in this case, it's a Trae Young, so that's good. Chronicles Crusade. Chromium card. Alright, that's nice. I actually saw this when I was looking at the hoops prices, and this exact card in PSA 10 sold for like $12. So, unfortunately, yet another lost card right there. So this is kind of fun. This is a 2019 Megabox Refractor PSA 10 Luis Robert. Not his rookie year, but a fun card. PSA 10. His stuff is super deflated right now, but I know a lot of people are kind of starting to pick up his stuff because, assuming there is a baseball season, he's definitely one of those guys that has a boatload of talent, and you know, Chicago has a pretty formidable team right now, so he could be the leader of a very successful team in offense, and you know, be the kind of their number one star. And his stuff is really down right now because, you know, last year he had an off year, and a lot of people kind of lost faith. So his stuff is like super cheap, but he's super talented. I mean, just as talented as a lot of guys. You know, he's sort of like I would say, he's an outfielder, so he's kind of a different ball player than like a Tatis. But he's got just explosive power. A lot of tools on this guy. I don't know how his defense is. I think he's probably a pretty good defender in the outfield too, but I'm not sure. I don't really follow him at all. But that's the last card in this first half of the reveal. So yeah, I have to say overall, let's see. So the left is PSA 10s, the right is PSA 9s, and then these PSA 8s here are the rest. So, I think the moral of the story is probably a lot of, I want to see, so everything that I submitted that wasn't a Trey or Luca was something I thought should have been a 10, but was not. So I actually am going to take out the Treys and the Lucas of the 9s, because I'm going to sort of count those as like intended 9s, right? Not unintended 9s. And see how that impacts. I'm really bummed about all these Bowmans. Jesus, that's probably like the worst news. Because I know there's a ton of Bowman baseball coming up in the next half. Take out these Lucas here. Try not to slam anything, because that's the last thing you want on an ASMR video. So, we'll see what it looks like, what the gem rate looks like when I take out Lucas and Treys. From the 9s. I'm going to keep them in the 10s. Okay. Okay, here we go. So these cards are the 9s remaining. These are all cards I felt like should have been 10s, when I submitted them, but PSA disagreed. So let's just mosey on over. So here's what it looks like now. I'll throw those 8s on there too. Alright, so now I'm going to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 PSA 8s or 9s. Compared to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. So about 45. So it's basically like it's like 2-to-1 PSA 10s to 9s, which I feel like that's kind of in line with the last order that I got. Or maybe the one before that. Can't remember. But it's not unheard of to get a 2-to-1. It's not too bad, actually. It's pretty good. It's, 2/3 PSA 10s, 1/3 PSA 9s or 8s is pretty good. But then again, that's taking out these ones where I sort of submitted them knowing that they probably would not get PSA 10s, or very well could not get PSA 10s. Which, maybe you don't think I should take those out, but I do, because I think that what you're concerned with is, like, out of the cards you think are PSA 10s, how many did PSA actually give 10s? 2, that's really the question. So, I don't know, I'm going to say it's like a 2-to-1 gem rate so far, and we will see what the next half brings us. It's going to be a lot more baseball, I think. So, stay tuned for that. I'm not sure I'm going to post that on Thursday. I might take a day or two off if I have other stuff to do videos of. So, kind of govern yourselves accordingly. All right, thanks everybody. Hope you had fun, and we'll catch you all next time. Bye now.